I'm gonna take that back out of the air. I just hope we don't pay for gas on like when motherfuckers struggling to pay for gas on their own damn car. You won't pay for
Listen,
gas in that motherfucking game.
that'd be too real. That would be too real if you had to pay for the gas pack. You got to
Yeah,
pay for the gas pack in GTA 6, bro.
you better figure
Don't
out a
give
way
them
where you
no
can own.
ideas. Oh,
You
don't be
can. I
giving them
said
no ideas, man.
they're gonna have to turn Grand Theft Auto to a monopoly where you own your own damn gas station and you pump your own gas. So,
Because GTA 6, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, man. I mean, listen, I'm gonna say this: they got the best brand in gaming, man. Rockstar.
Most definitely.
There's no bigger brand in modern gaming than Grand Theft Auto. No bigger brand. And Rockstar Games in general, for the most part. I think the last game that they put out, like how far back would somebody have to go to try to remember the last game they put out that wasn't great, that wasn't good in every aspect, graphically, gameplay wise, story wise? What's the last game that they put out that didn't make an impact? You know what I'm saying? Like, you can complain,
but before GTA 3, maybe.
I mean, and that's over 20 years ago.
Years ago, right? That was like before they had the name that they do now.
So you gotta go back to over 20 years ago to the last time that, and I mean, we can get into the GTA remakes, we can get into the GTA Online, fucking casino, shark cards, all of that bullshit. But in terms of pure gameplay and releasing a product that matters over this last 20 plus years, what can you point to and say, oh, well, that was a dud from Rockstar Games? Before we even get to GTA 6, let's get to that.
Nothing. If anything, the problem is they do anything else besides nothing besides GTA only. I think that might be their only problem at this point.
I think the last non-open world game that Rockstar put out that I can remember was Max Payne 3.
Yeah.
And that was great. And that was amazing. You know what I'm saying? So their open world sandbox RPG, whatever you want to call them. I mean, Red Dead Redemption was a perfect single player game. Red Dead Online died because GTA Online was such a powerhouse for them. You know what I'm saying? But the gaming industry as a whole should be stepping their game up, because every time Rockstar Games puts out a product, shit shifts a little bit. Everything shifts. Every other developer that's still trying to make a dollar in the game industry has to look at that minute and a half trailer and get back to the lab. They got to get back to the lab. You know what I'm saying? They have to get back to the lab. Now, as it relates to Grand Theft Auto overall, I'm gonna say this because it's crazy. Because leading up to this trailer, I did a little bit of research on the smartphone, right? The two guys who were in charge of Rockstar Games were one of them is still there. I don't know if it's Sam Hauser or if it's his brother. One of them left and one of them is still there. But the thing about Grand Theft Auto that works, the reason why it works the way that it does, in my opinion, and I want to get your take on this too, is for these two guys to be British, there's something about what they do in terms of capturing American culture for whatever time period they're releasing those video games. And that's important because going back to Grand Theft Auto 4, they've captured that perfectly each time. They did it perfectly with GTA 4. They did it perfectly with GTA 5, and it looks like they're capturing a certain aspect of American culture with GTA 6. They're not so much cinematic anymore. I think that's what they were trying to do with
the early days, most definitely.
Right.
Most definitely. They were reaching for that.
Yep. With Grand Theft Auto 3, with San Andreas, with Vice City, they wanted to be more cinematic and capture past time periods. But there's nothing else. There are no other games. There's no other studio, I think, that is able to capture modern American culture quite the way that Rockstar Games is able to do that. And with the failure of Saints Row just 1 year ago, you look at that trailer compared to what they did with Saints Row last year, and it's not even a competition, bro. Not even a competition. I'm not saying that a game can be perfect off of a 1.5-minute trailer. I'm not saying that their business practices are perfect, but when you can shift the industry so much, so heavy, with a 1.5-minute clip, what are you not allowed to do in terms of the space that you're operating in? Who can step up and stop them from doing whatever it is that they want to do in this industry? Who can do that? If there's a problem with what they're doing to the game industry, I want to know who can stand up to that. That's what I want to know.
Well, I don't know how much of this is true, but the owner was talking about basically doing making you pay minutes to play the game, bro. Mm-hmm. Making you pay minutes. Mm-hmm. Like as if it's 2002 again, and we living with flip phones, mm-hmm. and you got to pay for minutes for that shit.
Right.
Because they think it's too cheap for you to be getting it for $60 now. Besides the idea that they're making money through shark cards and bonus content, is like now you got to start paying for minutes. Hey. Possibly, I'll say that possibly. Because maybe it's just the heat of a moment exchange, or that got read out of context.
I mean, look.
But I wouldn't be surprised if this dropped and it was like $120 before tax for this game. Right. And anybody who worked there would not bat an eye and say, "No, you gonna pay that $120."
And to be honest with you, yeah, everything sounds crazy until it gets put in motion. Until it gets put in motion. The idea of somebody paying per minute to play a video game sounded crazy until Rockstar Games said, until it got leaked, that somebody had the idea of wanting to do that, right? If it came to pass that they could do that, it would happen. Plain and simple, it would happen. Mm-hmm. Somebody's gonna pay. I might not be able to pay for it. Somebody out there can pay for it, and somebody will pay for it.
I'll give you a kindly fuck you.
Keep yeah, and somebody else will give them a kindly thank you. Somebody else will say, "Please, this is what I've been waiting for my whole life as a gamer," right? Mm-hmm. But it's different, man. Shit gets different. A trailer for a video game that isn't gonna release for another 365 plus days is more impactful than any video game that's came out in 2023. And that's keeping in mind that there's some pretty substantial titles that have came out this year, bro. Mm-hmm. Like Mortal Kombat 1 was probably the most anticipated game of the whole spring season. Street Fighter 6 just dropped this year. I mean, I'm sure that there were a bunch of indie titles that dropped this year. Alan Wake 2 just came out maybe a month ago.
Mm-hmm. And what was that one, Spacecraft?
Right. Like, it's not like, I mean, shit, they announced, let me think, the Metal Gear Solid Volume 1 collection came out. They announced the Snake Eater remake this year. All of that seems like it never happened. Mm-hmm. After this minute, just like that, just that quickly, a minute and a half trailer can make you forget everything else that happened in gaming this year. Enough to make you forget that by the time this game drops, a whole decade plus will have passed between Grand Theft Auto games. You see what I'm saying? The gap between Grand Theft Auto 4 and 5 was 5 years, and that felt like a long ass time. So what does 12 feel like between 5 and 6? You know, none of that matters though. None of that matters though when you see them ass cheeks that look like real ass cheeks in that trailer. None of that matters. None of that matters. Whatever they want to do, they'll do it. They'll do it well, and the industry is gonna have to adjust to it, bro.
I would agree.
You know what I'm saying? But in terms of what that game looks like, whatever it is that they're doing, I wish that modern media was able to capture what they're able to capture with those games. I wish that Hollywood was able to do what they're doing with the Grand Theft Auto games. For some reason, when Hollywood tries to be too modern and keep up with the times or whatever, it looks forced. It looks like they're not doing it. Before you jumped in, Orion, we talked about Grand Theft Auto 6 a little bit, man. I wanna get your thoughts on that, man. Go ahead, bro. We pumped up Rockstar Games pretty heavy at the beginning of the live, bro. I want to get your take on some of what's going on here, man. Give me your take. Have you seen it? You seen the trailer? Did you watch it yet?
I've seen the trailer. I was at complete shock that it drops completely early because I already had my day planned for tomorrow to be like, all right, I'm gonna wake my ass in the morning with a bowl of cereal, watch me some Grand Theft Auto trailers to see what they've done, you know. And there's been leaks about it before, the direction that was gonna go. So like there was slightly no surprise of, you know, the theme. We've been in Los Santos for a very long time, so now we're back in Vice City, and they seem to go ahead and personify the Florida man experience with gators and everything walking around, people fighting gators, Karens in Florida. I was like, wow, they personify today's society of the nonsense and stuff, and kind of cranked it up. And the mechanics of, you know, multiple characters continues, where I guess now it's like Bonnie and Clyde kind of dynamic. I'm curious to see what they're trying to do with the storyline. I'm curious to see what they're trying to do with with today's society, of adapting to today's society. And I mean, they seem to do it seamlessly pretty well with, you know, Florida Man news and TikTok stuff, and I just don't know how they're going to handle. Yeah, I don't know if they're going to have Uber and Lyft services. They're going to come up with their own bullshit. I don't know if there's going to be a heavy lean on making sure your character eats, because that was a thing that was must, like, having to eat and staying fit is kind of one of the main things that it was that you had to do in San Andreas and stuff, you know. So I don't know if that's going to be part of the mechanics of Grand Theft Auto. It's literally a whole entire world, man. We've always known the reputation of Grand Theft Auto, that it's completely an online community for people to start to create or do mischievous shit, you know.
Okay. So D Smith brought this up too, man. What do you think about the rumors of paying for minutes to play Grand Theft Auto 6? What do you think about that, bro? Is that insane? Man. Can Rockstar get away with that, Orion?
Rockstar could easily get away with anything anymore. They are the dominant of the gaming industry right now, you know.
Do you think they could easily get away right now charging $120 game baseline?
I think that if they were going to put, here's the business practice that I fear that people are going to follow. The fact of the matter is okay, Grand Theft Auto is well worth the price tag of $120. I'm going to be the first to admit that.
100%.
But if they're going to try this, if you don't want to pay the $120, I can see that they're going to create little caveats or little nonsense and stuff like that for you to pay to continue enjoying the game, you know. So I'm assuming that maybe the online minutes, the minutes will be applied to the online service factor rather than the actual gameplay itself, because you're going to have the
most
campaign, you know.
Most-
So the campaign is probably going to end up being worth 120, or they can actually have a lower premium version, maybe that's going to cost $6, but it's going to unlock you out of certain parts of Vice City. But the rumors of paying for minutes to play Grand Theft Auto, it could be easily been implemented in an online feature unless you pay, I don't know, buy shark credits or some shit like that, you know, to stay an online subscription. Like they could easily do an online subscription base where you pay $20 a month,
For
or
only
you doing
air
minutes.
game alone.
Yes, only, and that's the scary business practice that I worry about that gaming industry is going to try to implement. We're already, you know, fighting tooth and nail about a $70 price tag, but we're talking about $120 game and possibly a subscription membership. I don't know if it's going to be minutes, but if I can see it being a subscription based plan to play online.
Not bad. I said minutes. It'll probably be like an hour, realistically.
Yeah. So
I don't think they'll they that low, but they low enough.
They low enough, but like there's way, like if I had to be like a corporate head at Rockstar right now, there's ways to monetize Grand Theft Auto without having to pay for minutes and stuff, you know. But like those business practices, I don't even want to put it in the air because I don't wish that on anybody. And that's just wishing evil on everybody. But like, if I was a corporate head, I'll sit here and I'll put, we're gonna pay for gas. You're gonna have to go to the pump and pay for $6 gas at Grand Theft Auto and shit. I'm like, look, that's just evil bullshit, you know. But I'm gonna take that back out of the air. I just hope we don't pay for gas. Like when motherfuckers struggling to pay for gas on their own damn car, you won't pay for gas in that motherfucking game.
That'd be too real. That would be too real if you had to pay for the gas pack. You gotta pay for the gas pack in GTA 6, bro.
And you better figure
Don't
out
give
a way
them no ideas. Don't be giving them no ideas, man.
You're gonna have to turn Grand Theft Auto to a monopoly where you own your own damn gas station. You pump your own gas. So, you know.
Cause man, I mean, $120, like you said, whatever price they want to charge for that game when it comes out, people are gonna pay it because they, you know what I'm saying? I can see a scenario where you're paying for extra content. You can't advance in the story up to a certain point without paying for it. And even if it got to that, I think people would be okay with that.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they would be okay with that. At this point, dog, they got everybody by the balls. They got the whole industry by the balls right now, man.
Yep.
And I mean, I'd rather it be, and I hate to make it sound like this, but there are a lot of other studios who would not be trusted the same way, that wouldn't get the same kind of leeway that we give Rockstar. Channel, man, but I'm glad you found us, good brother.
Hey, man, I don't know, man. I think y'all might be one of the few people talking about GTA right now, so maybe you'll get a few more people to subscribe.
One of the few?
I'm telling you, I'm subscribed to a bunch of channels. I don't see a lot of people talking about it right now. Everybody kind of spoke about it and just stopped.
Nobody talking about it got cold on GTA out here. That's crazy.
They got cold.
Wait until tomorrow.
That's why.
Wait until tomorrow.
Everybody on Twitter right now talking about
gonna be talking about it come tomorrow.
Yeah, articles gonna come out. Gonna come out.
Yeah.
So while my boy Donovan is putting the info in the chat, I mean, let me get your take on the on GTA, man. What you think about it, brother?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm still doing. Listen, I'm very picky. I am very picky. I'm sorry. I'm still kind of looking it over. I don't see a lot new to it right now. Like I see it's bigger. It's one of those bigger, badder type games right now. It's just more dense populations. But I don't know. I don't know what else they really got new. So I'm excited for it because it's GTA. But they kind of rubbed me wrong in the last 10 years. I mean, it's been 10 years. You know what I'm saying? So I'm waiting for something crazy, you know what I'm saying? And then I see,
let's talk about it.
I don't know, kind of look like a movie trailer. I don't know, I not no disrespect. You know, if I could say, if somebody asked me, yo, what's good with that new GTA, I'd be like, it's in Miami. That's all I know.
That's it.
I mean, to sell that
You
trailer,
know,
all they had to do was play LMFAO. I'm in Miami, bitch. Hey, apparently you are just Rockstar. You in Miami, you know?
Hey, but look though.
right.
With the price of the brick at 120, you gonna come to Miami.
Yep.
120.
Hey,
My
like you
city,
said, this brick
120,
is
baby.
selling. This brick is selling. You like it or not?
10 years ago price in today's prices. You know, we've been
Over
selling
with.
the same
man.
story,
'Cause
the
look,
same
you-
graphics for 10 years. Now you come to Vice City at 120, baby, in Miami.
You know what the next brick is? You know what the next brick is? The next brick gonna be the next Red Dead. So it's over with.
Yep.
They gonna hit you with another one, another bag of coke.
Yeah.
I wish. I need them to do Bully, man.
Oh,
Hey,
heard.
hey, you can give me a Midnight Club.
Ooh,
They
Midnight
not
Club.
fucking with Midnight Club.
they'll never do Midnight Club again.
Sad, man.
No, Midnight
Maybe,
Club.
no,
is out of there.
no. Hold on, they'll bring back Midnight Club, but it'd be called Midnight Club Grand Theft Auto Mod Edition.
Right.
Yeah, a racing add on. You right.
Yeah.
you know where they messed up. Where they messed up is GTA 5 has like 1,000 options on how to play, especially like the multiplayer mode. So I don't know what they're gonna do to innovate. You could go first person, you could race, you could do everything in GTA 5. So to innovate is not gonna be easy. You know what I'm saying? Like The Last of Us won Game of the Year from that year, but over the long term, it's a better game than The Last of Us. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Because of all the stuff they
100%.
added.
100%.
So
The amount of
one of the
hours-
best games, period, to me though. One of the best games, period. So it's gonna be hard to innovate, but I'm pretty sure they're gonna do something. Somebody was saying that you could do the Red Dead Redemption, where because they're criminals and on the run, your wanted level is always going to be high. So maybe instead of just walking into a bank, you get an option to cover your face, change your hairstyle to affect your wanted level. You know what I'm saying? They might add